Well, hello, friends. Father Frank Pavone here, National Director of Priests for Life, bringing you my daily diary update for Friday, November 11th, Saturday the 12th, Sunday the 13th, and Monday the 14th of November, 2022. What did I do these days? Well, on Friday the 11th, I started out early with Mass and work at my desk, administrative telephone calls. In the morning, staff briefing was a little bit delayed. We were just coming out of this little hurricane experience that we had, getting everything back up and running with the computers and so forth. And so we had the briefing at 10 a.m., followed by, I was on a national prayer call at 11 a.m. that I helped to lead, and then right from there went into the TV studio to tape a program at 11:30 for Right Side Broadcasting Network. Had a quick lunch, met with some administrative team members and technology team members, getting various updates. Met with our website department at 2 o'clock, met with our travel department at 3 o'clock to look at a lot of trips, upcoming invitations, to look back at some of the completed trips and discuss how those went. The work at my desk today included things like giving advice about adoption services around the country, planning with a priest. It was one of our active members who had an excellent idea about a day of reparation for the baby who was aborted in that recording that NPR broadcasted just before the election. Correspondence questions from our correspondence team. Some follow-up to an invitation from Ave Maria University. Really great relationship with them. They've had me speak multiple times. I'm actually an alumnus by means of an honorary doctorate that they gave me, and I was interacting with one of the leaders who's speaking over there. Media interviews during these days, and also planning for upcoming ones. What We're Doing report, one of our regular features of our webpage, helped our website department get that finalized. The preparations for next year's elections of 2023, certain states electing governors and state legislatures, and also preparation for new staff. All of that, together with some signing of books and birthday cards, constituted the rest of the day on Friday, November 11th. Saturday, November 12th, was the 34th anniversary of my ordination to the priesthood. Got up early, had to do lots of work at my desk, planning for 2023. That's been an important part of the desk work in these days, and finishing the planning for the rest of the year, of course. Preparing for some update reports that will have to be made. Mass intentions, setting some of those good wishes for my anniversary, receiving and responding to those, approving a business card for one of our pastoral associates, and planning more media interviews, and planning for and writing and approving opinion pieces for various papers. Some Rome Vatican communications, many of the folks over there helping us, some of them hindering us, not sure what agenda they have. Grant proposals, giving approval for those. The 10 o'clock Mass was live on November 12th, and also after that, spent time taping pro-life spots for distribution among our various social media accounts, and also commentaries on the readings of the Sundays of the year that we post for priests, deacons, and others across the country. Preparing for our upcoming pastoral team meeting, preparing for our upcoming Radio Maria programs, and more signing of books and cards. That took me through the rest of the day on Saturday the 12th, all right here at our office. Likewise, I was at my office on Sunday the 13th of November. A lot of desk work, including writing a letter for our highest donors, preparing for our EWTN taping of Defending Life. It'll actually be taped right here at our office this coming week, and did some preparation for that, as well as for the launching of the Rachel's Vineyard training conference, an online conference on healing after abortion to begin on the next day. I did some final work for publicizing that and also working on upcoming trips. I had the Mass live at 10 a.m. broadcast, did various revisions of website material. And then in the afternoon on Sunday, I went over to Merritt Island and got together with some colleagues there to help with Christmas decorating at the home of our executive director, and then was taken to a nice dinner in honor of my anniversary of ordination. So that was a nice celebration on November 13th. On Monday the 14th, we began our pastoral team meeting. Let's see, this is what we have about every 4 to 6 weeks with our team. So I started out, first of all, with the early Mass, celebrating the Mass, taping it for later broadcasts, administrative phone calls in the morning. 8:30, extended staff briefing. That is the regular business of the briefing, together with updates from Dr. Teresa Burke, who's one of our pastoral associates, founder of Rachel's Vineyard, from our Silent No More campaign, and also from our Rachel's Vineyard team, aside from Teresa. And I gave my update about my recent trips around the country. That was from 8:30 to 9:30, that briefing. Right at 9:30, I had a 20-minute interview with a reporter who wanted to ask me about some of the election outcomes relative to the abortion issue. 10 o'clock, staff meeting resumed with updates from our website department and technology department. Father Dennis, our associate director, reporting on his travels. Our international team gave an update in terms of our work around the world with the United Nations, with the Vatican, and so forth. And an update from our pastoral associate, Kevin Burke, co-founder of Rachel's Vineyard. That was at 10, went until close to 11. At 11 o'clock, I went right into the TV studio and taped another episode of Praying for America to be aired at night. Right after I did that, 11:30, I had a meeting with our executive director, together with Brian, who is both our youth outreach director and our street activism director. And we talked about all of that. I had a quick lunch after that, had a phone call with one of the members of the DeSantis campaign, following up on his election victory. And then at 2 o'clock, I had a meeting with our travel coordinator, talking about upcoming invitations for me and approving those many invitations. Right after that, at 2:30, went into another meeting with our entire pastoral team that lasted about an hour and 20 minutes. We had updates from our website department, our social networking department, social media, from our resource department, and from our political outreach department. We talked more about the outcomes of the elections. As soon as that meeting was finished, I went into another meeting with our executive director and our Rachel's Vineyard team. As soon as that was finished, I had to catch up on some work at my desk in regard to a day of reparation suggested by one of our priest members, answers to correspondence from our correspondence department, talking about my endorsement of President Trump for president, and also working on some media requests for the coming days. At 5:30, I had a phone call with a priest who was asking for some guidance. Had a quick dinner here at the office, some signing of cards, and then at 7:30, had a national Zoom call with our election volunteers scattered across the nation, and we talked about also the results of the election, what still has to be done in Georgia, and other to-do items in that regard. So those were the days, November the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th of 2022. Thanks, friends, for following these updates. Keep encouraged and keep strong in this work of ending abortion. God bless.